Hello friends. So today we are going to discuss on the topic of operating system. So let me show you the content. So we will discuss the definition of operating system, features of operating system, types of operating system, then some questions at the end. So let me move forward to the definition of what operating system. What is operating system? It is a system software which acts as an interface between user and computer hardware. So what is the meaning of interface? Interface means the communication bridge or the communication link between user and hardware. So whenever you buy a computer from a shop, it cannot start working on its own. You have to take the help of some software. The first software that is loaded into the computer is known as system software, which is also known as operating system. So for the proper functioning of your computer hardware, you need to load the system software, that is operating system. Then after loading the operating system, you make use of other applications like Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, anything that you want to load, you can load it later. So what are the various examples of operating system? They are Windows and Linux. So I think this is very clear. So let us see the diagram of an operating system. It is a layered structure. Operating system is a layered structure. Here you see the user cannot directly interact with the hardware. It goes through some layers. So user actually interacts with the application. Let the application be a MS Word or MS PowerPoint. Any application it uses. Then the application then makes contact with the operating system. Operating system then controls or sends information to the hardware. So user doesn't directly contacts or interacts with the operating system, but it or hardware, it user interacts with the operating system through application, while user interacts to the hardware with the help of operating system. So this is a layered structure. So I think everybody might be clear now. So let us move on to the next slide, that is features of operating system. Now the various features of operating systems are: it acts as a processor management. So what do you mean by a process? Process means a program in execution. When a program is being executed, that is known as a process. So operating system, what it does, it decides the order in which process are executed. So for example, in a timetable, after first period there will be second period, then there will be third period. So in this way, there is an order of the periods in a class. So in the same way, when various programs or various processes are being executed in the computer memory, then there must be a order. Let there are P1, P2, P3, P4, P5 processes. So there must be a order. Let after processing of P2, then P3 will be processed, then P1, then P4. In this way it will continue. So this process is known as process scheduling. This method is known as process scheduling. So who does the process scheduling? The operating system does the process scheduling. So this is one of the most important function of operating system. It decides the order or the arrangement in which the various processes that resides in the memory are going to be executed. Then we will go to the next feature of operating system, that is device management. Device means the various peripheral devices like IO devices, input output devices. So the OS keeps track of whatever devices has been connected to the system. Whatever device, like if there are keyboard or printers connected to the system or not, and what is the status it is going to maintain in a table. So next function is or feature is the memory management. Now the operating system provides memory to a process, which is known as allocation of memory, and it also frees the memory from the process when the process does not require the memory or when it has finished execution. So that is known as deallocation of memory. So operating system performs allocation and deallocation of memory. So next, it also performs the function of managing the various files. Files are nothing but electronic documents that are kept on disk. So this operating system, it maintains the file allocation table to keep information of these files that are kept on the disk. When the file was created, who has created, and what is the size of the files. These all information are recorded in the file allocation table. Then next and foremost important point is security management. So operating system also manages security of the computer system. So it provides password protection mechanism to protect user data. No unauthorized user can access the data. So it also prevents unauthorized access. You might have seen in your computer or laptops, there may be a user password protection system is there. Why it is there? It is there to protect your computer from intervention of other unauthorized users, so that they may leak the data or may change the data. So these kind of features are, or these are the features, or these are functions of operating system. So let me discuss about the types of operating system. Now this is a classification based on number of users. Now there are two types of classification: single user and multi-user. Single user means it allows a single user, one user will be running a program at the same time. Example is a disk operating system. It is an old operating system, so it's a single user operating system. But multi-user means many users, more than one users or two or more users can run the program at the same time. Example is Linux. So these are the two operating system based on numbers. Now types of operating system based on technology. Now they are multi-programming operating system, multitasking operating system, multi-processing operating system, time-sharing operating system, real-time operating system. So let me go to the multi-programming operating system slide. Now what is multi-programming? From the name itself, we know that many programs are going to reside in the memory. So this is a technique. It is used to execute a number of programs simultaneously by a single CPU. Why this is done? Because to increase the efficiency of the CPU, multi-programming concept is used. So number of programs are stored in the memory, and one by one the CPU will go on executing the processes. So number of processes reside in the main memory at the same time. So let me show you the diagram of a multi-programming operating system. You see there is a word processor. This is also a process. Email, if you are logging to our email, then this is also a process. Web browsing, if you are browsing, then this is also a process. Antivirus, if you are using the antivirus, then also that is also a process. So four processes, they are trying to access the operating system. So operating system is executing the process in some in the various four processes in some order. So there is not only one process, many processes, four processes in the memory, and operating system is attending one by one each of the process and executing it. CPU time is being given to each of the uh, programs one by one. So this is a diagram of a multi-programming operating system. So next is multitasking operating system. Multitasking operating system is one that can work on more than one task. So in a single CPU, many tasks will be there in the memory. So the CPU will juggle between the various tasks very rapidly. The task may all pertain to a single user or multiple users. So here you see, you can listen to music, you can do Excel charts, worksheets, and then you can browse also. And this is an example of multitasking operating system, as well as you can see the diagram. Next we will go to the multiprocessing operating system. Here you see multiprocessing means many processors are involved. It refers to the ability of an operating system to support more than one processor. In previous two operating system there was one CPU, I had told, but here there are more than one processor. Many CPUs are there. So here there are two types of systems: symmetric multiprocessing system, that is known as SMP, and asymmetric multiprocessing system. Symmetric multiprocessing system means it treats all the CPU equally, and asymmetric means the CPUs are not equal. Let me refer the diagram. Here you see in the diagram, these are nothing but users, many users. So here in the asymmetric, this first part is asymmetric diagram. Here many users, what they are trying to uh, contact to the CPU, one of the CPU. This CPU is known as the master CPU. Okay, so master computer, so they are giving some task to the master CPU, and this master CPU is then directing the other CPUs. For example, teacher student in a class, so teachers give instructions to the students and students carry out the task. So here a master slave relationship is being maintained. So here all the CPUs are not equal, so that means this is a example of asymmetric multiprocessing system. Asymmetric means not equal. Now symmetric means all the CPUs are equal, they have the same capacity, but here in asymmetric the CPUs, the master computer is more powerful than the slave computer. Here all the processors are of equal capacity, and these users are, each of the user are contacting the each of the CPU and task is being executed. So this is the difference between symmetric and asymmetric multiprocessing system. So next is time sharing operating system. In time sharing also multiple jobs are executed by switching the CPU between them. The CPU time is shared between number of jobs. So jobs means task we can say. So for one task CPU is giving T1 second, for another task second task T2 second, to the third task T3 second. In this way it will go on executing the task one by one by switching from one job to another until all the jobs are finished. Then CPU time is shared by different processes at the same time. At the same time the CPU time is being shared. Example is Unix. So let me show you this diagram. You have seen it earlier in the multi-program operating system. Here also many processors are there. Now operating system CPU time is being divided among the various processes, and at the same time all the tasks will be executed. So this is known as time sharing operating system. Then comes your real time operating system, or it is known as RTOS in short. It is a type of operating system which completes its task within a particular time constant. Here time constant is very important. Time constant is also known as time quantum. If processing does not take place within that particular time limit, then results will be fatal or it will be dangerous. For example, if a operation of a patient is taking place, then the doctor has to see the inner parts of the inner organs of the patient through the computer. If the computer is not showing him the pictures of the inner parts of the body, then he cannot operate. So this is an example of real-time operating system. Or another example is air traffic control system. Air traffic control system means the whatever aeroplanes or whatever are on the air are being controlled by certain operating system, that is real-time operating system, or else there may be accidents. So this is an example of real-time operating system. So there are some basic questions, assignment questions. You can just refer these two slides. Thank you.